Shell's loyal band of followers have made the journey to Oriel Park, many of them obviously too young to remember the club's last triumph in the league, which was back in 1962. Wearing the number 10 jersey then was the colourful Ben Hannigan. Now it's Gary Haylock, the club's leading goal scorer, with 14 goals to his credit. And the goals have started again for Dundalk's Tom McNulty. He struck 2 against Derry last Sunday to rekindle the club's UEFA Cup ambitions. The team news shows Dundalk with a fresh-looking midfield in which the former Shamrock Rovers player Ricky McAvoy teams up with Gino Lawless, while youth gets a look in the figures of Paul Brady and Brendan O'Callaghan. Shells certainly look a potent force, with Bobby Brown back in from the start on this occasion in place of Greg Costello, and with Desi Gorman linking up with Foric Dully in the striking line. Haylock may well take up a wider berth in midfield in what is a very formidable lineup. And in charge of this match this afternoon is Mr. Brendan Short from Kildare. And so it's Shelbourne who get the match underway, and De Whelan putting the ball out of play. Done once again, back by Coyle. It's Brady. Coyle, Flagger stayed down. Howlett with the cross towards Mark Rutherford. Haylock, the player who fell on the ground. And the referee has whistled for a free kick to Shelbourne, with Rutherford down injured. This is the incident that led up to that free kick. Gino Lawless coming in with what the referee considered a very high challenge. It's won by Howlett. Now Gorman. And certainly Shells look far more impressive when they bring a bit of width into their play. And this is Rutherford doing exactly that. Good looking cross. Comes down for Brown, and he's put Shells in front after 9 minutes. Bobby Brown's 3rd goal of the campaign. The first real threat to the Dundalk goal. And it's Rutherford with that inch-perfect cross. There were a number of players, 4 in all, to aim at. And Brown managed to squeeze it inside the near post. Well, now Dundalk, of course, with ambitions of their own to get into Europe next year on the counter burst. That's well struck by Hanrahan. After a largely forgettable opening 8 minutes to this game, it certainly has taken on new life. Mark Rutherford engineered the score with a delicate cross, initially headed on and won by Brown, and dispatched with ease. Call, turned towards O'Callaghan. Howlett down for Brown, on towards Desi Gorman, who got a little nick onto the cross from Rutherford that set up the goal for Bobby Brown. Oh, a heady challenge, and the referee going across, and the yellow card is dispatched there to James Call. The tough Scot, just exceeding the rules. This was the challenge as Desi Gorman, and with a sliding tackle. Derek O'Connor there, issuing the instructions, second from left. Referee going across to his linesman. And the player who's attracted his attention is James Collins, who's already had a yellow card, and it's a red, and Dundalk are sensationally down to 10 men after only 14 minutes play. Well, he was on the yellow for the two-footed tackle on Desi Gorman a little while ago, and now he's got his marching orders. Well, something that clearly happened, and in his frustration, Paul may well have said something. The linesman brought it to the referee's attention. The applause is generous, but Dundalk find themselves reduced to 10. Birdie, who showed far too much of that to Rutherford. And this is Desi Gorman, he's got Dully as well. fairness to Desi Gorman, he didn't make a meal out of it. Jim McLaughlin there alongside Pat Bird. McLaughlin has had so much success with so many of his clubs. Won firmly by Andrew Whelan. Intervention by Brady. Rutherford played back in by Dunn. It's Tony McCarthy with a headed clearance down as far as the feet of Rutherford. Towards Gorman. We're just ahead of Murphy. Angle getting a bit tight for him. He couldn't turn it back, where Jolly had taken up a good position. So much of the threat has come from Desi Gorman. And when Rutherford gets involved, either on the wing or through the middle, his perceptive passes usually produce chances. This one went to begging, however. Howlett finding Bobby Brown. Curled across towards Mark Rutherford's head, and he injured Purdy as he was challenging that one. And Eddie Van Boxtel, the goalkeeper's come out straight away, feeling that the referee might well take a card from his packet and perhaps issue a yellow against Mark Rutherford. It was an inviting cross by Bobby Brown with a number of players to aim at, and watch as Rutherford used the elbow and upended Purdy. McAvoy back-heading. He's putting his defence in some trouble. Brown curling inside for Haylock. Well, hasn't figured very much in Shell's play so far today. Rutherford has, however. Skipping by the challenge, firing in the shot. But it was always going wide of Van Boxtel's goal. Got a knock in the process. McCarthy. Haylock. To the recovered Corrick Dolly. Bobby Brown's available. It's Howlett to the feet of Haylock. Howlett again. That's a lovely shot. It's going to be a goal kick. The referee deciding that the goalkeeper didn't get a touch onto it. But the best of the football has clearly come from the Dubliners. It was a lovely 1-2 between Howlett and Haylock. And returned edge of the penalty area, crisp shot, and indeed the goalkeeper, referee quite right, keeper didn't get a touch in it. Brady poking it forward to Ricky McAvoy. Two players to aim at just ahead of him. One of them is Hanrahan. Nice return. McAvoy sizing up the possibilities. Teeing it up for Dunn. Hanrahan. Neat, close football by Dundalk. So good on the counter-attack. Lovely, attractive passing movement, but it failed to produce a final telling shot. Neville. Some room to do something here for Shelbourne. Brown wanting Haylock in an overlap. He's got Haylock, and he's got Dolly rather inside waiting for it. This is O'Callaghan. Play outside to Bobby Brown. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Didn't really trouble the Dundalk goalkeeper. He's certainly looking to boost his goals tally. Still Flood and Roach continue to prepare, just in case they're needed. Haylock. Howlett. Seemed like a high challenge. Referee indicting Paul Brady. Played to Brown. Tormenting Dunn. Howlett again, and a curl one, and it's a great save. Magnificent save by Eddie Van Boxtel. Well, Howlett has certainly been causing some problems. 2 goals in his last 3 games, and it was Brown who fed the ball back to him. Outside the penalty area, he cracked onto it, whipped it in, and the goalkeeper was equal to it. Final emotional piece of action from a first half which was largely dominated by Shelbourne. The only goal coming after 9 minutes. Bobby Brown, the goal scorer, and the other major piece of news, of course, the dismissal of James Call after 14 minutes. So it's Shells with the full complement to lead Dundalk.